Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having steak, rice, broccoli, and Diet Dr. Pepper. Have to eat slow, this is still a little bit hot. Alright, today we're going to talk about just getting thick. And a reminder, because you see so many of these guys out here, they want to get bigger, they want to get thicker. They really focus on the wrong exercises for that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing the show muscles at all. I'm not saying that. Yes, this is a strength channel, but we still bench press and all those things. And that means a lot of those show muscles have to get big. Arms, pecs, all that stuff. They have to build a big bench. But guys will start to understand at a certain point that, yeah, the show muscles only make you look big from the front at this angle up here, up top. You turn to the side, people look down, they see you from behind. You don't look big unless you are thick. And that requires a lot of muscle. And so they realize, look, I need things like back and legs, but they don't go about doing it the right way. What do they start doing? Too much quad focus, quad dominant stuff, right? A lot of times a lot of leg press, leg extension. And again, I don't think the leg press is bad. You guys have seen me program leg presses for clients of mine. I have clients who leg press. It's a secondary exercise. And it's a good one. They'll start trying to mess with back stuff, but what do you see them do? Cable pull downs and stuff where they're squeezing and contracting. And I've already explained to you guys in the past, that doesn't work. Everyone's always like, dude, your back is freakish and you're not even a bodybuilder. Yeah, and I don't do bodybuilder type work like that for my back. And what I've noticed is the bodybuilders out there I've known, because I've been in the iron game over 2 decades, 45 years old. The guys who have the most jacked backs do heavy rows. And when I say heavy rows, I mean heavy and for high reps, a lot of volume. Heavy deadlifts usually too. All right, that's what you see. All right, that's what works. The other stuff doesn't. The others maybe will build your lats, maybe. It's still not the best way to do it. It's not building your whole back. It's not going to make you thick. All right, deadlift is the king of thickness exercises. We could argue about stimulus to fatigue all we want. It's a nice hypothesis. I have even at certain times said, look, the deadlift's my favorite lift, and I'll still support this hypothesis. You know what? It doesn't pan out. Because then when I've gone and done volume deadlifting, I recover, my clients recover. Okay, so if we program it right, this is not an issue. You look at the EMG data. Lats, hamstrings, again, some of your thickness was. You turn to the side, hamstrings matter. Hamstrings matter a lot. Hamstrings, lats. It's like the best exercise. Nothing really beats it. Nothing beats it. I'm not saying other stuff doesn't equal it. You know, pull-ups and chin-ups hit the lats just as hard. Glute ham raises, RDLs hit the hamstrings just as hard. But it hammers these muscles. Works your entire trap. Works quads. You go look at hypertrophy studies, we all agree the squat will make you thick. In fact, the squat destroyed the hip thrust. Destroyed the hip thrust in a hypertrophy study for glutes. Everyone's like, well, the squat's king of match builders. But the only time a study's been done comparing the deadlift only with a squat only group, guess who gained more muscle? The deadlift only group gained even more muscle. Argue about quads. I took a 1.5 years off from squatting. I know that should throw people off, like, you have an elite squat. Yeah, I didn't squat for 18 months. I didn't even train my quads other than deadlifting. Guess what? I maintained a lot of quad. With me getting under a squat bar again, I was squatting 405 within a week. Within 1 week. just from deadlifting. So it maintained it. But the deadlift, it gets you thick top to bottom. Everything from your traps all the way down to your hamstrings, the whole posterior side. Plus it works quads, adductors, forearms. Assuming you're doing it raw with no straps. All right. What about the squat? Squat builds the entire lower body, works the back too. Squat builds the whole lower body other than the hamstrings. Quads, adductors, glutes. It makes you thick. Makes you thick. About rows. And we come back over, what do we need to be thick? We need back, upper back. Now, the other lifts hit that. The deadlifts hit all that too. It's been noted by some coaches that you can take a noob lifter, have them do no real upper back work or delt work or anything. You get their deadlift up to 500. Their traps, rear delts, and everything grow from it. They get bigger. Rows hit the upper back harder than pull down movements. All right, we need to be clear there. If we're seeking thickness, rows beat vertical pulls. They work more trap. They work more rear delt. All right, where do vertical pulls shine? Lats and biceps. That's what they're good for. Not a lot else. Not by comparison. Maybe lower trap. Rows work your whole trap. Your whole yoke gets built by rows, that yoke area. Again, if you want to look thick, you need a yoke. And I'm not saying that's all we should do. There's a lot of merits to face pulls, rear delt flies. I like all those things. Cleans, clean tight movements, even upright rows. They all have their place for building the yoke, but the foundation will be the rows. And again, rowing plus deadlifts, that'll build traps, rear delts, rhomboids pretty effectively. Again, not saying that's all you should do. What I'm saying is, this is your foundation. It's your foundation. You know, people would say, well, what else would you throw in? If someone really wanted to get truly thick, I don't know, benching, dips, maybe some direct arm work, some cleans or upright rows. You'd pretty well have it covered. That's would be your foundation. Again, not saying you shouldn't do any other supplemental work. So I think direct arm work absolutely has its place. But there's your foundation. But your foundational lifts for getting thick should be squats, deadlifts, rows. By rows, I don't mean a cable row. I mean big free weight rows. And I didn't even name a specific row. Big free weight rows. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.